Hey guys, it's Mike and Buck again. We're here to show you the Airmax Extreme air compressor. We've had this prototype unit going for a little while. We've been doing some upgrades and modifications. We've released them for pre-sale. The compressor itself is a very solid unit. The upgrades we're offering is to give it some longevity where you have a lot of time between rebuilds. It's a real nice built compressor. We're going to show you later on in the video just how well built it is. Some of the features I'm going to go over with you. This compressor, being a high-speed compressor going to 4,500, when you get to the bigger tanks, it develops heat. Now, most of these imported compressors come with a simple little water pump to circulate the water cooling system, and we did away with that right off the bat. We've got a much nicer pump. It's not a little pond pump or anything like that. It's a purpose-built pump for this unit. And we also, in our upgrade kit, have a triple capacity copper radiator with 3 muffin fans. You might be familiar with them. They're run on a lot of equipment. These are 120 volt. We didn't go with the 12 volt units. These are the 120 volt units. One fan does pretty decent, but we have room for 3, so we put 3 fans on there. It keeps the heat way down. You don't really have to worry that much about it. It does have a digital thermometer on the top and a high temperature cutoff switch, so if it approaches anything near getting hot, it'll shut itself off, and you can check into that. The upgrade package also, instead of having a regular gauge, has an adjustable cutoff gauge like this one here. I'll show you some pictures of it close up. It's got a little thumb wheel. You can put it on any pressure pretty much you want, up to 4,500, and go either straight to an air gun, to a 3,000 PSI tank, all the way up to the 4,500 PSI tanks, and it'll cut itself off automatically. For those that are looking for a basic compressor and want the base unit, we do have it available with a simple tank. We have several size tanks available. This is our next to the largest size tank, bolts directly onto the unit. We have some smaller tanks as well. These are just to hold your water reservoir, to recirculate the water system. Really, once again, it based on the type of tanks and the size of tanks you're going to want to fill with these things, or fill directly to an air rifle. If you're going directly to your air rifle, you're talking about a minute or less, and a simple recirculating system like this is going to be not a big deal to put on. They're really reasonable. You know, we're talking about probably 49 bucks for the whole setup for a basic system or less. A lot of people have been asking about dryers. We have several stages of dryer. The Chinese put a dryer on this unit. It's average. We wanted something better. I mean, after all, we're talking about filling up air rifles costing thousands of dollars, guys. So we wanted to do a little bit better design than what's on here. What's on here is a basic separator. It's a little too small a volume. So we've gone with several different designs. Most people are familiar with this design. I'll show you some close-ups of it. It has the little tube in it. We've added a little centered bronze insert inside it to help take the water vapor, convert it into droplets, and then you simply drain it out the bottom. It's a pretty simple setup. It's real effective. It just has to be upscaled a little bit from this for the volume of this compressor. Okay, that comes in the upgrade kit. Now, if you're wanting something that does come on some of the import compressors that we weren't necessarily impressed with in and of themselves, but I like using them because it's a telltale if you are getting any kind of moisture through there, if it's time to bleed that off or what have you. It's not like you can look inside your tank and know that. These little units right here, I'll show you a close-up of it. They slide open. You can put media in here, whether it be, it's your preference whether you put media or simply wrapping a paper towel in there. You can always, especially with the paper towel method, slide it open, check it. If there's any dampness at all, then you know you've got water coming through your compressor, and you need to address that by simply draining it, okay? But it's a nice little unit. They're compact. It doesn't really add much to any of that stuff, but it helps a lot. Now, we've been running this compressor, getting run times and things like that for you guys, simplifying the upgrades and all that, checking the temperatures, and that's really the enemy of your compressor, guys, is high temperature. So We've got it cooled down now. I'm going to go ahead and let Buck air up a cylinder, let you see for yourself how long it takes to air up some of the small cylinders. We air the small cylinders up from 0. Some of the bigger cylinders, we usually bleed them down to about 2,000 and go back up to 4,500. So if you're worried about the run times, I'm going to turn it over to Buck, let him explain to you a little bit about that.
Alright guys, like Mike said, we're going to fill up this 13 cubic inch tank, and we bleed it down to 0 because this HPA compressor fills it really fast. We also filled some other tanks like you talked about, the 19 to 20 medium sized cubic inch tanks, and it fills them about 15 minutes or so. And we've also got one of our bigger tanks is a 118 cubic inch tank, and it fills this thing in under 30 minutes, guys. So this thing pumps some air fast. Now that's the cooling feature that Mike's really talking about. If you're going to be filling a lot of big tanks like that and a long run time, you're going to want this cooling system, okay? Because that's going to give you the most longevity of your system. Alright, enough with the talking. I'm going to show you what this thing can do. Hook your faucet up here, make sure your bleeder's closed, and make sure your cooling system is on and functioning, and simply turn it on. That worked real good if it didn't fall off, you know. Alright, and simply turn it on. And that's 13 cubic inch and roundabout or under 2 minutes. That's what we've been really doing. Also, a lot of you guys are interested in the internals of this. We're going to break from this, and I'm really excited to show you the internals of this because you're going to be impressed with them as much as we are, and show you some of the rebuild process. 10-15 minutes tops rebuilding it, and that's when you have to do it. And you're not going to do it very often, if any. If you're just filling your gun with this compressor right here, it's going to last you a lifetime with never having to rebuild it. But anyways, we're going to break from this and show you the internals and how to rebuild it. Mike, you want to tell the guys anything yet?
That's about it, man. The main thing is I can't wait to show you the internals of it and how it works. But mainly, just to let you know what we've been doing on the upgrades. You know, you guys are interested in price and pricing. The basic unit itself, it's a great little unit. The upgrades and features. So, well, you know, how much are you getting for your money? You're getting everything we can possibly do to this compressor for the money. We want the best compressor on the market. That's something that people can afford. I mean, you know, I haven't always sold air guns. I've been an air gun consumer most of my life. So this is something that I think is real important to offer to our customers and get good customer support. So we're going to break, like I said, we're going to break and tear this thing down and show you what it's made out of.
Thanks, guys.